on me. Chill. Got a lot of chill on me. Yeah. Couple M's injury. Chill. I'm a rest like jet ski. Chill. And I can't buy no flight. No. Look at my bust down shine. Chill. Small. Just name my flight. Just name my flight. 100 bands up for the next show. I don't want to. Just want to. I ain't want to tell you that my most. Main dogs can't just laying in the floor. All this I saw me dripping. Kicking. She tripping. Chill. I'm too rich to listen. Ooh. I'm picking rain still glisten. Chill. So don't lie. Ooh. No, you can't stand it. Yeah. I ask you why. Yeah. Cut the check or buy. Yeah.
Cut the check. Buy. Foreign trips. Buy. OG. Lie detective. Don't lie. Cut the check. Buy. Foreign trips. Buy. OG. Lie detective. Don't lie. No.
Good evening from downtown Houston. I'm Ed Cohen with the former Chicago Bulls guard Jay Williams. And Jay, here in Rockets land, you think of Calvin Murphy, Moses Malone, and of course the dream, Hakeem Olajuwon. But a new chapter being written right now here in Texas.
Oh yeah, you think about Clutch City, Hustle Town, USA. But put all that aside, this team for the last several years has been on the edge of success. Let's see if they can take the next step.
And when you think of the Rockets, you think fun. This one could be as well tonight. The opening tip won by the Rockets as we're underway in Houston. Harden. Gordon, defended by the UConn product. Has a chance, unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
That was a tough shot. The guy was in your pocket. He even contested the shot. Everything was going according to plan until then.
To DeRozan. Down low, Aldridge. And finishes strong.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
To Capella. No good. To DeRozan. Clint Capella sends it away.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
P.J. Tucker at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 74% free throw shooter. Free throw's good. A three-point play. And with that, they go up by 3. DeRozan with the basketball. He'll run the offense. Rudy Gay to DeRozan. For 3, his first effort off the mark. To Harden. Short jumper won't fall.
You see, Ed, this is what the refs need to start calling. The defender hit the shooter right around the waist, which made him lunge into his shot and took away all of his concentration for it.
To Paul. Pass to the rim. Flushes down the slam. Jay, they make it look so easy.
Yeah, but it's really not that easy. And as a passer, if your pass is just a fraction too early or a fraction too late, that throws the whole play off. The timing of this has to be impeccable.
DeRozan with the basketball. Oh, leaves the defender in the dust. DeRozan. To Aldridge. Couple of cracks at the line now.
Trust me, you want to avoid early foul trouble. Take that one as a warning.
LaMarcus Aldridge. He's got 2 shots coming. For his career, 80% at the line. First free throw is good. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. And a throwdown.
How about right after the dunk, he looks right over towards the bench, gets a call from the coach about what defense they're in, and then gets his team set. Those are people that are able to lead men.
To DeRozan. And Jay, they call the foul.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. DeRozan against Gordon. Going to launch beyond the arc. And the rebound taken in by the Rockets. Gordon with it. They lead it. 4-point game. Iman Shumpert picked up by DeRozan. For 3. Rebounded by Capella. To Capella. Oh, great defense there, forcing the pickup. Knocked loose. Spurs have it. And scores.
And did you see the lift on the shot? Did you see the ball release off the hand? To be able to have the concentration to finish with such a feathery touch in the midst of contact, that's something special to watch.
Sets him up, flushes down the slam.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. To DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan. He's 2 for 5. Not great, but trending.
Well, he finished strong because he was able to initiate the contact. When you initiate the contact first, you bounce off the defender, which balances you at the rim.
Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
Spurs in possession. Can't miss those. To P.J. Tucker. To the rim, lays it up and in.
Okay, I saw a little bit of a handle there, but let's see if that confidence is still there down the stretch.
DeRozan with it, trailing by 4. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Paul. To the rim. Throws it down off the alley-oop pass.
Harden and Capella run the 2-man game as well as anybody. If you collapse on Harden, a lot of times Capella can roll, knock down that mid-range, but it does help when you surround these 2 guys with great shooters on the perimeter.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Patty Mills to Aldridge. And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
And hits the first free throw.
Good shot.
Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. Paul into the front court, up by 3. Gerald Green against Patty Mills. To Paul. Throws it up. Nene. Paul matched up with DeRozan. Looking for his man. Mills in possession. Less than a minute to go in a tightly played first quarter. DeRozan here against Green. To Patty Mills. 5 to shoot for San Antonio. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Rudy Gay up to the challenge. Hits the 3.
For average shooters, that's not a great shot. But for a great shooter, that's a good look.
Now the Rockets will use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the first quarter. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Rockets have the ball. Harden picked up by DeRozan to Gerald Green. Jakob Poeltl with the block.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Missed a wide open look. Rudy Gay slams it down. This for the tie. The first quarter's complete. The Spurs have the lead. First quarter complete, on to the second period. A little bit of a feeling out process so far.
And when both teams are playing at this level, it just continues to reaffirm that I was excited to watch both of these teams play this entire week. It's been a solid game so far, but this has a chance to be a great one down the stretch.
Here comes the screen. DeRozan matched up with Paul. DeMar DeRozan. 3 for 6 now.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Paul picked up by Mills. Tosses. Flushes down the slam.
An easy 2. Get back on defense.
Mills in possession. Leads a bucket. No good and no foul. To Fareed. Nothing going here on that drive. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
That boy got jumper.
The okie doke. Let's see if he'll try that one again.
DeMar DeRozan with the basketball. To Cunningham. Patty Mills. Won't go down. To Fareed. Paul, there's the toss. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Nene trying to cash in on the three-point play. For his career, 66%. And hits at the line. Mills in possession. They're down 3. Knocked loose. Rockets have the steal.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Kenneth Fareed at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 65% free throw shooter. Free throw good as he completes the three-point play. The lead is up to 6. Spurs will take the timeout as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Add 2 points to the board.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Paul picked up by Mills. To Harden. Lobs it up. Flushes down the slam. Jay, no question. There's an unspoken bond there.
Just on the same wavelength. And how about this? Sometimes a bad pass is a great pass when you have somebody as athletic as that can catch that anywhere and slam it down.
San Antonio ball. Patty Mills, guarded by CP3. Here comes the screen. Patty Mills. Sizing up the defense. From long range. Tough shot. Well defended.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
James Harden, 2 of 4 now.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Mills in possession. Down 8. Driving right to the basket. Straight down the middle, 4-2.
That's dangerous. A little hezzy cross and knockdown. Lots of options going to open up as the game unfolds.
Gordon against the Australian. Pass to the rim. Capella. Sets him up. Oh, bad pass. Taken away by the Spurs. Curling inside to Patty Mills. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Harden guarded by Bellinelli. Paul to Fareed. To Harden. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. Free throws coming up.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
James Harden, couple of free throws on the way. A career 85% free throw shooter. First one goes down. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. To Aldridge. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Paul matched up with Aldridge. To the rim. Now a pass stolen by the Spurs. Patty Mills to Cunningham. Dante Cunningham throws it down. We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a two-point basketball game.
An effort only fully releases its reward after a person refuses to quit. What I like about this team is that they continue to execute. As a coach, we used to talk about it all the time. I would hear it every single day. Execute, execute, execute. But if you can play with energy and execute, that's the formula for success.
Mike D'Antoni going to make some moves and set his matchups.
Here we go. I got it. I got ball.
Harden throws it up. Oh, bad pass taken away by the Spurs.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Mills in possession, down by one. That is great vision to set it up. LaMarcus Aldridge. He's 2 for 2 now.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Harden against Patty Mills. And that one out of bounds off a Spur. Nene picked up by Mills. To Aldridge. The rebound belongs to Houston. Deep two there, won't go. Here's a chance from long range. Offensive board. Nice follow-up on the dunk there. Deep three at the buzzer. That'll do it for the first half. The Spurs have the lead.
Thanks, fellas. Jalen here with your halftime report. The Spurs will start the second half with a narrow lead. What I like from these guys is how well they work the transition game, using stops to start breaks. These are the guys getting buckets for the San Antonio Spurs. The Rockets are within striking distance at the half. I love the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impressed me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Houston Rockets.
Game prep. Bench points.
This is a game where the bench guys deserve a bit of the spotlight. The thing is, you need a spotlight big enough for the reserves on both squads. This is a game that's been all about the depth in the depth chart.
Player of the half.
LaMarcus Aldridge couldn't be denied the award after all of those slams. He might get top plays all to himself at the end of the game if he keeps this up. Top plays, and we've got 3 of them for you.
Number 2. Number 1.
Fellas, back to you.
Tight game through the first 2 quarters as we resume play here in the third. To DeRozan. Great feed, sets it up. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Paul to Capella. Clint Capella looking good. 4 for 5.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
And he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
This drives me nuts when I see fouls like that being called in a close game. Sometimes you just got to let them play, ref.
And he connects on the first free throw. And he makes them both. It's DeRozan controlling the offense. Probing the defense. DeRozan here against P.J. Tucker. short jumper won't fall. Gordon with it. His guys now down by a point. Stuffs it down with authority.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
DeRozan with the basketball. His guys now trailing by a point. Has a look. Wide open look won't go.
After a miss like that, you at least have to rub your hands on your shorts. At least make it seem like the ball slipped.
To Paul. To Harden. James Harden. 3 for 6 now.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
To DeRozan. Fires the three. Yes. Or in the case of the defense, not good.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball. Bang, that's how he set it up.
Shifting gears. Here come some substitutions. Harden looking for his man. To Harden. Oh, leaves the defender in the dust. Harden to P.J. Tucker. That's toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Right now, San Antonio's possession. DeRozan here against Harden. The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
It's almost like he had the defender on a string, and he's the puppet master.
Tucker against Rudy Gay. Fareed to Harden. Shot clock winding down. Shot for James Harden. That's rebounded by San Antonio. And he'll go to the foul line.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
DeMar DeRozan at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 82%. Off the mark on the first free throw. Good bounce back. Hits the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. Now the Rockets will use a timeout as they'll talk things over in a 1-point basketball game. Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
James Harden trying to cash in on a three-point play. Hasn't missed yet. Free throw up and good. Gives him a 2-point lead. Aldridge matched up with Nene. To Patty Mills. Here comes the screen. Patty Mills. Fires the three. Nene with the rebound. To Fareed. Ooh, Chris Paul. Small sample size, but making the most of it. He's 1 for 2. There's a sixth sense there that you just can't teach.
If you're a player on the same team with CP3, you should be taking that point guard out to dinner every single night. There's something to be said about a guard that makes the game way easier for you to be even more of an efficient offensive player.
And a whistle.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor.
Number 25, Jakob Poeltl.
Derek White against Chris Paul. From the painted area, won't go down.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
Fareed tosses. Now a pass stolen by the Spurs. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
To Paul. Harden, there's the toss. Throws it down off the alley-oop pass. Jay, they make it look so easy.
Yeah, but it's really not that easy. And as a passer, if your pass is just a fraction too early or a fraction too late, that throws the whole play off. The timing of this has to be impeccable.
San Antonio with the basketball. Rockets come up with it. To Fareed. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Kenneth Fareed at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. The free throw, perfect. And the lead is up to 7. Knocked loose. Rockets have it. Ooh, Chris Paul. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Spurs have it. Beyond the arc for three. Great defense, forcing the miss. Long key from three-quarters court. That's the end of the third quarter. The Rockets with the lead. It'll be Rockets basketball here as we start the fourth quarter. They have clearly been the better side so far. Jay, that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Well, the cardinal rule in the game of sport is whenever you go into the fourth quarter, it's 0-0. You have to play the game with the scoreboard saying 0-0. And if you can win that game by double digits, then you've done your job in the fourth.
Fareed lobs it up. Couldn't keep it in. Out off Kenneth Fareed. Rockets have the steal.
You got to go for the score here right now in this possession.
Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
Ed, all this talk I heard over the summer, what about CP3's hamstring? Will he be able to get back his first step? Will he still have it? There you go.
Count the bucket for two.
Okay, you don't get a 10 for style points, but it worked.
It's DeRozan. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
Did you see that change of direction mid-flight? And also the English he utilized to spin the ball off the rim? That was a thing of beauty.
Gerald Green, guarded by Rudy Gay. To Paul. Tucker, pass to the rim. Flushes down the slam.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. To Rudy Gay. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
And Ed, here's my offensive theory. More touches, more points. This is a fast-paced league. Either the coaches adapt or you'll be left behind.
We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the fourth quarter. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Spins and scores.
It just seems like one of three things happen every time James Harden has the ball. Either he scores, he gets fouled, or he kicks it out to someone for a three. Pick your poison.
To Rudy Gay. A pass taken away by the Rockets.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Slams it down.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Here comes the screen. Rudy Gay, guarded by CP3. Lets it fly from long range. Rudy Gay, tough shot there. No good. To Paul. Ooh, Chris Paul. Looking good. 4 for 5. When you look at playmakers from the last decade plus, what sets Chris Paul apart?
He always puts you in a position to succeed. He leads because he's vocal, and when he directs and he guides, there is nobody better at the position than CP3.
Short jumper, won't fall. Harden to Paul. Tucker goes to the right side. Sets him up, flushes down the slam. Jay, that's been the story this evening.
I mean, another one? Another dunk? Another easy possession? I mean, how demoralizing can this be for the team? Why am I the only one yelling? I don't see anybody on the bench yelling. I don't see anybody on the court even angry right now.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Derek White matched up with Paul. Oh, the whistle. Jay, take your hands off of me.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Rudy Gay. For 3, Rudy Gay up to the challenge, hits the 3.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
To Fareed. LaMarcus Aldridge, huge block.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Off the assist.
But most importantly, you have to keep the ball moving. Maybe run some floppy sets, some horn sets. Raise those bigs up, which open up the lane, and let them be the passers to make plays easier for the guards.
Harden. To the rim. Oh, bad pass. Taken away by the Spurs. Spurs in possession. To Rudy Gay. Rudy Gay slams it down.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Paul with it up top. Lead is 12. Kenneth Fareed powers it down.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Oh, yeah, easy.
Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
To Harden. To Paul. Harden. That's no good.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Now whistle. San Antonio is going to use a timeout. They're down big in this fourth quarter, and a chance here to empty their bench. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. DeRozan. Lays it up and in.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Runner's good there.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Knock loose. And the finish. Slam dunk.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry four other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
DeRozan with a shot off the mark. A shot at the buzzer. It's the Rockets who are victorious as they win this one handily. That does it. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Here we go, the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Rockets added a win with today's solid victory. And the way they attacked the rim was outstanding. Not only is the dunk a high-percentage shot, it's also a great way to test the confidence of the defense. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Houston Rockets. The Spurs put up a fight, but didn't get their hands raised at the end. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the San Antonio Spurs.
Game track. Points in the paint.
As you can see in the highlights, this team did a great job of staying competitive and putting in the necessary effort to get the win.
Player of the game.
James Harden seemed to think he could only score points with dunks in this game. Again and again, he kept throwing them down, and it was just astonishing. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
That does it for us. On behalf of the rest of the crew, good night.